Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to competition number 2 in Season 2 of the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League. I'm Maybe Unit 2. I'll be commentating tonight's match, and we've got a good one for you tonight. To kick off the competition, it's Tracksuit Mafia versus A Minor Matter, Merrick versus Artificial Bunny, Chaos versus Underworld. We've had our first competition of the season already. If you are unfamiliar with the format, the way it works in the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League is there are 3 open competitions. They are open to anyone and everyone who wishes to play. You can drop in and drop out as you wish. The 3 winners of the competitions will advance on to the Blood Bowl in the upper bracket. The runners-up will advance into the lower bracket, the runners-up bracket in the Blood Bowl, and we can take a look at that bracket right now. As you can see, Knee High to Nuffle is the Chaos Cup champion. That was competition number 1. They are advancing in the upper bracket in the Blood Bowl. We have 2 more champions to crown before the Blood Bowl this season. Tonight, it's going to be the Spike Magazine Trophy. As you can see in the runner-up bracket, Erectile Dysfunction, coached by the current league champion, Nick Satan. He was the runner-up in the Chaos Cup. He will also be advancing to the Blood Bowl in the lower bracket. The runners-up will face off in this lower bracket, the winner of which will advance to that upper bracket and compete with the 3 winners to see who will come out as the league champion this season. First, we've got Merrick's team, Tracksuit Mafia, coming in with a TV of 1290. He has a full what? Man, what a way to get started. Look at this. The old Blood Bowl 2 bug is at it again. Can't click any buttons. All right, well, let's reset this really quickly. Matt Zareth lives. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Blood Bowl, maybe. We'll see. We'll see if PB2 wants to behave. All right, there we go. Back into the competition. Let's take a look at the 2 lineups. Merrick's lineup, Tracksuit Mafia, coming in with a TV of 1290. He has a full roster. 11 players on this lineup. 1 player is down, the number 7 Beastman, Bro Semyon. He's out with a pinched nerve, but you can see he's one of the contingent here. One of these 3 Beastmen who is on track to level up to get the Chaos Trifecta. He's looking to get Claws, Mighty Blow, and piling on these players. Bro Semyon will be out. He's picked up Bro Roman as the 11th. However, Bro Armin and Bro Nikolai are well on their way to picking up that second of the 3 skills. Once he has those 3 skills, he will be nigh unstoppable in this competition, in this league, perhaps. We will see. He does have a kicker that is always a great pick. It's an often underused or underappreciated skill. Kicker allows you to really focus in your kick. It makes it much more accurate, and you can either gain a turn on your opponent or you can force your opponent to lose a turn that way. So a very good pickup. He's picked up the tackle skill on the Chaos Warrior as well. Always a good pickup. Tackle negates dodge. He has 3 TRRs, 1 Apothecary, 2 Fan Factor, and 1 Coach Assistant. Clappy says, I bet a chainsaw could stop him. You know what? I stand corrected. I think a chainsaw could stop him. 11-man roster. I have to imagine tonight there's not going to be a lot of trickery up Merrick's sleeve, but who's to say? He's consistently placed highly in league competitions. He could certainly have some trickery up his sleeves, but with a Chaos team like this, He is really focused on his long-term strategy of leveling up these beastmen, getting them to where they need to be so that they have that devastating triple combo of skills. Otherwise, he's going to be trying to play a little bit of murder ball, a little bit of bash ball. He doesn't have the murder quite yet, but he can certainly pull it off. He does have a lot of horns, and he still has claws. So he'll be trying to get the player advantage, especially against an underworld team. We'll take a look at it in a moment with all those goblins. He'll be looking to get that player advantage. If he can get it early, he'll be in good shape. He can go after the low AV of the goblins. He can go after the low AV of the Skaven and try to pick that up. If not, no worries. He can just play solid D, but you can bet Artificial Bunny is going to be well aware of this. He is coaching a minor matter, coming in at a TV of 1090. That's 200 gold in inducement money he'll be picking up tonight. A 12-man roster for Artificial Bunny. He has the 2 Skaven Blitzers, the 2 Skaven Throwers, the 2 Skaven Linemen, the Troll, and everybody else is a Goblin. And you can see already where the problem is going to be for this roster. All of this AV7. AV is your armor value. When you're knocked down, your opponent has to roll 2d6 and beat this number. 7's easy to beat, man. 7's easy to beat. If he can beat it, he'll break the armor and cause a casualty. The Warpstone Troll here, Rockjaw, he's your pretty typical big guy. He's got a strength of 5, a miserable AG of 1. He's not terribly fast, but not terribly slow with that MA of 4. Dwarves tend to be MA4 as well. He has the 2 Skaven Throwers picked up. He's decided, or leveled up rather. He's decided to split the difference on the 2 basal skills that you like to see on ball carriers, block and dodge. He has block on one of them, dodge on the other. He picked up claw on one of the Skaven Blitzers. That's a great skill. We were just talking about claw. Claw makes all armor breaks 8+. And then he's got all these goblins. So the trick with Underworld here, they are really hard to get started. And we saw that in the first competition. There were 2 Underworld teams. And they're tough. They're very tough at low TV. Their strength lies in the fact that they have access to mutations. And so once you start to level them up, once their team value starts to increase, you start to pick up those skills, and the coach has a wide variety of mutations he can pick up, and you can kit these teams out however you see fit. He is going to be looking, no doubt, to try to continue that, to try to pick up more SPP, to try to increase that team value, and he's getting pretty close to start picking up some of these mutations. Again, you saw he picked up a claw on the Blitzer, but he's halfway toward level 3 with one of the throwers. He's nearly halfway to level 3 with the other thrower, and almost halfway to level 3 with this Blitzer Mason drill bit. So it's getting to the point where he's going to start picking up some of these mutations, and what he picks up is going to betray what his long-term strategy is going to be with this team. It'll be very interesting to see where he goes with it. But the trick and what makes Underworld so hard to coach is that until he gets there, he's got to have a plan. And as he picks up one mutation after the next, he's not going to have that full kit yet. And so he has to have a plan. How do I use this team before I have everything I want? Before I have everything to fit my strategy? Again, he's got Claw. He probably wants more than Claw. So he needs to find a way to leverage Claw, make good use of Claw. You saw him put it on the Blitzer. A Blitzer is a fantastic positional to put Claw on. He's going to be making hits. So that's an example of using it to good effect, hopefully. Merrick, of course, a good coach. He might try to counter this. He might keep an eye on this Blitzer. He might keep the Blitzer marked. We'll see what he wants to do. But going after these low AV players is going to be a great opportunity to get player advantage on a minor matter in Artificial Bunny. I think on paper, if you were to call this a 1st to 10 matchup, I got to give it to Chaos. I'd probably say it's a 7-3, maybe an 8-2 matchup for Chaos, but don't count this team out. You'll see Blood Bowl is all about luck mitigation. In this league alone, you have a coach that's won 2 competitions back to back. You have last year's Chaos Cup champion making the top 4 of the Chaos Cup this year. You have the league champion, the runner-up in the Chaos Cup. So it's very clearly a game of skill. And all that skill comes down to luck mitigation. You have so much agency in this game that you spend a lot of time trying to ensure that the odds are in your favor and the odds are not in your opponent's favor. And that tends to mean, what can I do that is 100% foolproof? Or to put it another way, what can I do that doesn't involve die rolls? And what can I do to my opponent that forces him to roll dice? And even though I would favor strongly this matchup on the Chaos side, if Artificial Bunny can play solid fundamentals in Blood Bowl, you will see that come out on top again and again, regardless of the favor in the matchups, right? Chaos is a murder team. It's very obvious what they do, and they're very effective at it. Underworld is a very difficult team to get started, and there's a lot of choice, which means a lot of places to maybe make an error in judgment or have something that doesn't quite work out the way you thought it would in your strategy. But if you can play the fundamentals, if you can force your opponent to roll dice and force your die rolls to be as highly in your favor as possible, or just not take die rolls at all, you can come out on top more often than not. He's got 3 TRRs coming in this, 1 cheerleader, 1 apothecary, 2 fan factor to help him out on the bench. I think the coaches are ready to go, and if they are, we will get this first game of the competition underway. Cleffy says, choice is an illusion. Nuffle has preordained the causation of all creation. Perhaps he has. All right, I am very interested to see what has come out of the inducement phase. 200K went to Artificial Bunny. Let's see what he has picked up. Must be a star player. And there it is. He has picked up. He's picked up Glart Smash Hip Jr. He's got Claw. He's got, what is this? He's got Juggernaut as well, and Block. As a star player, he's got a strength of 4, a movement of 7, strength of 4 on a Skaven. Oh, that's disgusting. An AV of 8, that'll help a ton. He picked up an extra Claw with this star player. Juggernaut's not bad either. As you can see, if this player takes a blitz action, then opposing players may not use their Fend, Stand Firm, or Wrestle skills against blocks. He may also choose to treat a both down result as a push result. We'll see if he can make good use of this. It looks like Tracksuit Mafia is going to be on defense to start. They're setting up a 5-man defensive line. Cleffy says, Juggernaut, I don't think I've ever seen a player with that in one of our games before. I don't believe we have. 5-man defensive line here for Tracksuit Mafia. He's got all of the Chaos Warriors on this line. So he's got the Minotaur with a strength of 5. Remember, the Minotaur has Frenzy. So if he blitzes with that Frenzy, he'll have to follow up. Or even if he blocks with the Frenzy, he'll have to follow up. He'll have to be careful that the dice are in his favor. Not so hard to do with a strength of 5. And then a strength of 4 on all of these Chaos Warriors. Everyone else in the backfield, they're all the Beastmen. Minor Matter going with a 7-man line now on offense. He's got the Troll in the center position. Wow, I can't imagine he's going to keep these Goblins in this tackle position, or in the guard position, or really anywhere on the line. Looks like he might do it, though. Wow, the star player's on the line. Holy moly, all right. Let's remember, Tracksuit Mafia has a kicker. Looks like he's going to kick in the left sideline. Tracksuit Mafia gets an extra TRR. Team rerolls. You can reroll any die in this game with a team reroll once. Any die roll you want on your turn once. And you can use 1 team reroll in a turn. Because you can only reroll a die once, if you have some sort of skill that gives you a free reroll, then you can't use the TRR. Not a great kick for Tracksuit Mafia, but now, first block of the game with Glart Smash Rip Jr. He'll get a push on the right side of the line. 2-die block with the big guy. Gets a knockdown. There's no way he's going to be able to take out that Minotaur, and so he's not going to be able to free any of these goblins up. They do have dodge, and they are stunty, so their dodges are relatively safe, but they're still going to have to die roll if he wants to do it. Clear skies, yet again. Didn't have too much bad weather in the Chaos Cup. Each coach has 2 minutes to take their turn. You can keep taking turns so long as you have players to move until you fail a roll. Failing a roll is called a turnover, and your turn is over at that point. Because of that, you tend to want to take your least risky moves first and your most risky moves last. That way you don't end up leaving actions on the table. Took the Blitz with Jackhammer. That's the Skaven Blitzer without claws. Got a knockdown out of it. He still has some movement left. Going to decide not to do it. Now he's going to try to pick up the ball with the number 15 thrower. Good pickup. Wifey says he wants to see a foul here. I doubt it. 20 seconds left. Oh, I stand corrected. There's the foul with the gobbo. Gets a stun out of it. He was looking for more. He won't get called off. Well done. It's a decent stun, though. Has the blitzer on the right side of the line free, and the goblin in the right wide zone is going to send the goblin down pitch. And that'll be it. Turn 1, back to Tracksuit Mafia. You can bet they're going to be laying down hits across this line. All of this AV7 they want to take advantage of. Moves the player. Stands up, Bro Boris. Moves him into the left wide zone. Try to play some defense. Here comes the blitz. Right out of the gate with the blitz. 2-die blitz. We'll see what he gets out of it. A good knockdown, not much up. Decided to follow up, so he'll stay put. He doesn't want to have to dodge away from number 6. Marks the backfield goblin. Squibbit in the right wide zone. A little over a minute to play in turn 1. Still has to take these blocks on the line. Surprised he didn't do that first. Well, after he takes his free movements, that is. He went for the blitz first. Moves a Beastman behind the line. He's going to try to apply some pressure to these throwers. 2-die block on the Skaven lineman on the left side of the line. Pick the second. And he is KO'd. Well done. That's a one-man player advantage to Tracksuit Mafia. Unless the Apothecary is spent, I doubt it will be. Yes, indeed. 11 v10 on the pitch now. And now a 3-die block. Clean hit on Grit, the number 11 Goblin. Looking for another 8+ here. And gets it. Grit is injured. Well done. That's a 2-man player advantage for Tracksuit Mafia now. This is what Chaos does. I was very surprised to see all these players on the line. I would have imagined he would have went with a 3-man offensive line here. You have to put at least 3 players on the line when you set up. Otherwise, and you can have a max of 2 players in either wide zone. Otherwise, everything else is fair game. I would have went with a 3-man line and pulled everybody else back. Clivey says, man, injured goblins is what I expect in my near future as well. Oh, indeed. I expect it too. And the second Beastman, Bro Marat, he will move behind the line And now trying to close in on these throwers. You can see the positioning of the Beastmen here. Give the throwers not a whole lot of opportunity here. They can't defend against these Beastmen. He'll have to get rid of the ball here. And the Troll failed the really stupid roll. All big guys have some sort of negative trait or combination of negative traits. Typically that's loner as well as something else. In this case, the Troll is really stupid. On a 1, he has to roll a d6 before he takes his action, and on a 1, he just sits there staring into space. He loses his tackle zones as well. That's a significant loss for a minor matter. And he'll stay that way until he passes the roll in the future. Looks like he might try to blitz down the number 12 Beastman here with the thrower. We'll see if that's the plan. Nope. He's going to do it with the Skaven Blitzer. That'll work out due to the block skill. Well done, and he gets an injury. Oh, wow. That's the way to do it. And it's a gouged eye. He's going to miss the next game. Is Merrick considering the Apothecary? I can't imagine he is. Oh, he might be. No. One-man player advantage now for Tracksuit Mafia. Very good blitz. You can see the claws in claws in effect there on Bro Roman, and it worked out. Well done. Under a minute to go now for a minor matter. Cleffy says that's a great injury for a minor matter. That's a great injury, not only for a minor matter, but for whoever is playing Tracksuit Mafia in week 2. With that injury, that allows him to hold on to the ball here with the Skaven thrower. He's still not really safe, but it gave him the option to shift to the right. Cleffy says Goblin for Beastman for injuries. Seems like a great trade. I would say any trade with a Goblin is probably a good trade. Shifts the number 9 Goblin Shale back to try to set up a faux cage maybe next turn. Turn 2 for Tracksuit Mafia. They find themselves with 2 Beastmen tied up here in the left wide zone. 1 free Beastman in the left wide zone as well behind the line. The Minotaur are now freed up due to the Troll being alone. The Troll only has to roll a 1 when he has a player next to him, but when he tries to pass his really stupid roll, when he's by himself, he doesn't have a friendly teammate to remind him how to play the game, or really how to live, and he'll have to roll a 4+ instead. So we'll see if Artificial Bunny is going to pull someone back before he tries to pick up Rockjaw, or if he's just going to straight roll 50-50 for him. Marks both Rockjaw and the number 2 Skaven Blitzer. Marks the number 4 thrower as well, Boring Augur. 2-die block way back on that downfield Goblin, gets a clean hit out of it. And gets a stun. Well done. Two-die block on the star player. He's going to get the knockdown. He's looking for a 9+ this time. AV of an 8 that he's trying to break through. And he did. Oh, no. Oh, no. And that is it. The star player is out of the game. 2-man player advantage for Tracksuit Mafia. And just like that, all of that inducement money has evaporated. Well done by Tracksuit Mafia. Putting that star player on the line made me super nervous, and that's why. Two-man player advantage for Tracksuit Mafia. A minor matter down 3 players. And now here's the blitz. He's going to blitz the ball carrier. 2-die blitz. This will work out. Where will the ball scatter? Scatters down pitch. Oh, is he going to think about GFI? Don't GFI, man. Don't do it. Well done. That's the turnover. Had to spend the team reroll there to make that a clean hit, but well done by Merrick and Tracksuit Mafia. A minor matter getting the assist to get the 2-die block here. Double pals on the number 11 Beastman. Really looking to make some magic happen here. He needs a 9+. He didn't get it. And now you can see his team is in disarray. Good marking by Tracksuit Mafia. The team really can't get team cohesion at this point. They'd have to make some really risky dodges to do it. Dodges out the Goblin, gets a mark on the number 10 Beastman. It's going to be a 2-die blitz, double skulls. He'll have to spend the TRR. He does it. Finally gets a clean hit. Is he going to follow up or not? I imagine he won't. Yeah, indeed. He doesn't follow up. Might go for the ball pickup here. He does. Didn't work out, but he had to spend... Oh, man. I was going to say he had to spend the TRR. Not the TRR. He has to spend the free reroll and failed the reroll. And that's an example of talking about taking your least risky moves first and your most risky moves last. That was a fairly risky move, but he didn't really have a lot of choice because Merrick put him in a situation where everything was a risky move. Merrick's big guy fails his wild animal roll. He will stay put this turn. Clifey says, sure. Hands? Yeah, that's the skill. Good block by the Chaos Warrior. Blitz is still on the table. Well, it was on the table. Here's the 2-die blitz on the Goblin. He's going to get a push out of this. Decides to follow up. He frees up the Beastman to go after this ball. I don't know if he wants to or not. That's going to be a -1 on the pickup. He might just want to mark the ball. Or he might not even be concerned with the ball. Maybe just come up here and mark the thrower instead. Two-die block on the other Skaven Blitzer. That's the Skaven Blitzer with the claw. He'll stay on the pitch. Skaven Blitzers have an AV of 8, as opposed to the typical AV of 7 for Skaven players. .39 seconds to play in turn number 3 here in the first game of the Spike Magazine Trophy. Finally stands up that Beastman. Yeah, he decided to just mark the ball instead. No, he didn't. He went for the pickup. He's going to spend a TRR here. That's going to make it a 75%, but still failed. I don't know if I would have done that. That's a turnover. It's his last turn of his last action of the turn anyway. I think he had a few more guys to move, but this is fine. He's going to eat another 2-die block here on the number 8 Beastman. Bro Armin gets a clean hit. This is one of the Beastmen with claws. Life says, I was so hoping it would scatter to the catcher. To the thrower, you mean? That would have been great. Good dodge by the backfield Goblin to give the assist on the really stupid roll. This is what we were talking about. Well done. Smart play by Artificial Bunny. Reduced that really stupid roll from a 4+ to a 2+. Stood up the troll. Doesn't have a whole lot of movement with him. When you're prone, it costs 3 movement allowance to stand back up. With an MA of 4, that means when you're prone, you can only move 1 space without GFIing. 2-die block on the number 10 Beastman would be a good hit. He's going to try to pick this ball up again. No, he's not going to try to pick the ball up. Wow. Didn't move anyone downfield, so he'd have no one to throw to. Didn't move anyone back. Yeah. Wow. Another failed pickup with sure hands. You hate to see it. Turn 4 for Tracksuit Mafia. Final turn of the first quarter. The ball is on a minor matter zone, 22-yard line. Tracksuit Mafia doing a very good job of breaking up this team. Look at this. He's kept his key team cohesion intact. He's got this whole contingent here that is just splitting a minor matter in 2. Well done by Merrick. Still has 2 TRRs, both teams with 2 TRRs. Gets a Chaos Warrior. Bro Dimitri downfield, marks the ball, and the number 4 thrower. Gets a player in front of the ball. If Artificial Bunny wants to pick this ball up, he's gonna have a rough time of it. No blitzes yet. Moves another Chaos Warrior. The level 3 Chaos Warrior down pitch. Clavius says, "Run away! Just leave. You're in danger." Comes that blitz. One of these throwers is getting blitzed down. 2-die blitz gets a push. Is he going to spend the TRR? He wanted more. Yeah, it's good not to spend it, but you know he wanted more than that. The Chaos Warrior skillless, unfortunately. Follows up. Should do something with these players backfield. Shouldn't leave this Beastman prone. Try to get him into play here. He also has the Beastman in the right wide zone. He can leave him here if he wants to threaten him as a receiver. He is the kicker. He needs to be careful of putting him in harm's way. Wow, failed Wild Animal again. He failed that Wild Animal roll because he's not taking a block or a blitz action. It's a 50-50 unless you take a block or a blitz. Five seconds left for Tracksuit Mafia. Still has a bunch of players on the table. Shifts the Beastman in the right wide zone, back across the line of scrimmage. Shifts the one in the left wide zone, back towards center. And now second quarter begins for a minor matter. This was their turn to be on offense. They have lost possession of the ball. They are trying desperately to recover and to try to reignite this offense. 1-die block with a push, that's fine. He'll take it. Get away from the ball, he says. Decides to follow up. Wow. Look at this thrower. This courageous thrower. Failed dodge. That is a tough dodge. He's going to spend the TRR. Oh, man. Wow, it worked out, but failed the pickup. Failed the pickup. Failed the pickup. Oh my goodness. Failed to catch, the ball scattered to the other thrower, who also failed to catch, scattered to the Chaos Warrior, who naturally failed to catch, and then it scattered onto the ground. I was rooting for it to scatter back into the hands of the thrower. These throwers, what are they getting paid? Because they cannot handle a ball. The coaching staff's gonna have to have a talk with them. Good block on the Goblin. 3-die block on the Goblin. Didn't get anything out of it other than a knockdown, thankfully for Shale. 2-die block's going to result in a dodge push on the number 5 thrower. You can see the assist come in for the 2-die block against Boring Augur. Or just the 2-die block on Boring Augur. All right. Oh, that's right. He had the assist from the Chaos Warrior. Pushes that thrower into a position where he can get blocked again. Well done by Merrick. Mafia says Skaven pinball time. Indeed. At least 2 more blocks on these Skaven. This will be a dodge push. Dodge push? Dodge push. No, this will be a knockdown. Well done. Gets a stun. This is a fantastic stun for Tracksuit Mafia. One of the 2 throwers is going to be out for a turn. 3-die block coming up. Oh, went for the ball. Pick up. Got it. And then he'll just score at this point and go up 1-0. He could stall, actually. You know what? He probably should stall. Stall, and then he can take the block on number 5. Actually, he should probably move his players into position. If he's going to stall, players should move into position first. Should do that regardless, really. Runs away. You might be more at risk over here than he was over here. 2-die block on the Skaven thrower. That's the takes them both down. Result due to the block skill. Well done. 15 seconds left for Tracksuit Mafia. There's the blitz. 2-die blitz. Clean hit on the number 6 Skaven lineman Chauvel. Trying to increase his player advantage. He has a 2-man player advantage at the moment. Still has lots of movement with this Beastman. Yeah. He's going to move him in front of the Skaven blitzer. It's going to be another 50-50 for the Minotaur. And he failed it, yeah. Spent the blitz, so the Minotaur had nothing to do other than move, and therefore his wild animal roll was a 4+ instead of a 2+. Turn 6 to a minor matter. 3 turns left. Now they have to get the ball back and still try to score. Oh, I don't see it happening, but we've seen crazier things before. Those goblins, they're stunty and they have dodge. They can dodge between legs, no problem. Troll moves back to mark the Minotaur. Oh, he has 2 marks on the Minotaur now. Will Merrick be able to score? 6. 1, 2, 3. He can with some GFIs. We might see a oh wait. He's on the wrong side. He can score in 1 turn or in 1 movement. Takes a 1-die block on the Minotaur. Wow. Has lots of movement left with the Blitzer. Good dodge by this poor Goblin Shale. Like he says, it's gonna foul that Beastman. I don't see why not. Oh, he didn't. Doesn't want to lose his Skaven. Surprised he left this Skaven player back here. Turn 6 for Tracksuit Mafia. They're going to need to shift this contingent over to protect the ball carrier. At this point, with the 2-man player advantage, I might be thinking about a foul for, or by Tracksuit Mafia. Has at least a blitz to take on a Goblin. He has a lot of players to get a high percentage foul if he wants it. Puffy says, I don't think there's a good value proposition in any of those fouls. I don't know, man. I would take the trade on one of these throwers. These are the only reasonable ball carriers. Three players shifted over to defend the ball carrier. Very well defended at this point. Now you can start thinking about taking his blocks. He's going to get a mark on the number 9 Goblin. There you can see 3-die block. Wild Animal was 2+ because he's going in for that blitz. Clivia says, since when do we care about the reasonableness of anything in Blood Bowl? Fair enough. Still has a lot of movement left with the Minotaur, with an AG of 2 being marked by the Goblin. He will stay put. Blitz is off the table. I think that's all the blocks. What's he going to do with the number 8 Beastman? He's going to pull him back. Wow, stands up the number 11 Beastman and dodges off the line. Moves the other Beastman forward, so he's marked the 2 Skaven in the backfield. He's going to try to take these blocks next turn. We'll see if it might or matter. He'll have to take them first. I can't imagine he wouldn't. He has the block skill on Jackhammer. In fact, if he really wanted to, if there's no better place to do it, he can blitz with Jackhammer. He has the 1-die skill block against the Beastman, and then move into position for the assist to get the 2-die block on number 11 as well. Don't think there's any hope of stopping this score or getting the ball back. Two-die block on the Minotaur. He's going to try to take out this big guy. It's going to be tough to do. Actually, not that tough to do. He's got the Claw Blitzer that makes it an 8+ to break armor. Would have been a 9+ otherwise. Didn't work out. Moves in to try to get an assist on the Chaos Warrior next turn. Moves the Goblin back to get the assist on the Beastman. Doesn't want to take the Blitz because he wanted to do it with the Claws Blitzer. I think that is fair enough. That's going to leave him without being able to take this block unless he just wanted to make it a straight coin flip. Turn 7, back to Tracksuit Mafia. A whole bunch of blocks to take. A gaggle of blocks. A cornucopia of blocks. Or maybe 3. Clive says that seemed like a really good play for trying to take out the Minotaur. Yeah, it was well done. Good use of Claw there to try to take out what would otherwise be a difficult player to take off the pitch. 2 die block's going to result in a push. He has 1 TRR left. He might be thinking about using it here. Doesn't really need it for anything. Decides to take the push instead. We'll get another 2 die block, this time with the number 2 Chaos Warrior. This time it gets a clean hit. Took it on the Skaven Blitzer instead of the thrower. I would have taken it on the thrower with the AV of 7. It shows what I know. Good injury. Wow. That takes the claws off the table for Artificial Bunnies. A minor matter. 3-man player advantage for Tracksuit Mafia. When you're up against a kill team, you have to be careful and not give up blocks, if at all possible. A minor matter is in a tough spot right here, so wasn't really all that possible not to, but that's something you want to think about when you're up against a kill team, or even just a bashy team in general. Clivey says, man, that's a big loss. Those claws were pretty important to fighting. Yeah, he's lost some really key players. He lost that star player. He lost his player with claws. He's going to have a real uphill battle in the second half. Oh, Tracksuit Mafia spent their TRR somewhere. I didn't notice. Failed dodge. I don't even know what's going on. Turn 8 back to a minor matter. I would just, at this point, maybe just throw a goblin in and just see if he can stop something. With no TRR, I don't think Tracksuit Mafia will try to risk the block on the goblin. Well, I guess he would if you bring him in here. But that's a die roll that you're making your opponent take. Clive says, I was really hoping he would die on that dodge. I think I just YOLO a goblin in here and hope it works out. If a minor matter could stop this score, that would be huge. No TRRs left for either side. Looks like he's going to foul the Minotaur instead. 2 assists on the foul. Looks like it's coming from the number 9 Goblin. There it is. Oh, he was able to take him off the pitch. Wow! Well done. Took the chance on the foul and it worked out. Tracksuit Mafia is going to use the Apothecary on the big guy. No casualties, so he did make Tracksuit Mafia have to spend the Oppo. He's going to go down 1-0 at the end of this half. Two die blitz, he'll follow up for sure. Wow, this is much smarter. This is much smarter. Well done. Oh, really clever play by Artificial Bunny. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, do you really want to... do you want him to chance taking the surf? Doesn't have the blitz left. He's going to mark the number 11 Beastman. I'm not sure why you'd want to do this. That Beastman could just take the block if he wants. Probably should, but now he's got to do something about this troll, and he doesn't have a TRR left. Lifey says, wow, he's making that a blocker dodge with no TRRs. That's a brilliant play. Yeah, that was so smart. He'll stand up number 4, unless he's going to blitz with number 4. Probably not. He'll probably blitz with number 5. He'll get a 2-die blitz on the troll. Well, he'll get a 3-die blitz on the troll now. Oh, all right. Okay. All right, so let's take the 2-die blitz on the troll instead. He could have moved the Beastman over here and got the 3-die blitz. That's going to free up the ball carrier. Now he's going to take no chances and just move this ball into the end zone. Or maybe he will take a chance. He's got a 3-die block there he could have taken. But I would have done the same. 1-0. Tracksuit Mafia up at the end of the first half. Well done. Good play by Tracksuit Mafia. Brilliant turn. Brilliant turn 8 by a minor matter. Very impressive. Took out the Minotaur and forced Tracksuit Mafia to make a die roll to score. Unfortunately, fortunately for Tracksuit Mafia at least, they're going to be on offense here. Oh boy, 3 dead and injured. At least they get back a knockout. Was that a lineman? Looks like a lineman. Tracksuit Mafia is going to be on offense here, and they are ahead. So they don't have to worry about scoring too quickly. They can score as late or as early as they want. They're not limited by the clock here. So long as they score, they will be on top. Cliffy says, if you're a chaos team with dwarf cheerleaders, does that mean they are chaos dwarves? I don't know. You know what? I would imagine they are. Is this gonna be 10v? Is it really 10v10 on the pitch? Feels like it shouldn't be. 5, 10, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like it's all tied up in the pitch. 10v10. Tracksuit Mafia. It's going to be on offense. Minor matter going with a 3-man line. Tracksuit Mafia again getting that extra TRR. Not a great kick again to start the second half. Clivey says the minor matter did have 2 extra goblins. That's right. They started with a 12-man roster, not including the star player. Minor matter doing an exemplary job of taking out the Minotaur. The Apothecary saved him, but now Tracksuit Mafia does not have the Apo on deck. 3-die block at the line against the number 12 Goblin. Gets a knockdown. Gets a knockdown on the left side of the line. Now he's going over the right side of the line. Another 3-die block. Triple pals, are you kidding me? Both goblins are going to stay alive, though. Shell gets stunned. He'll be out for a turn. Another 3-die block on the line. 3 goblins, 3-die blocks. And Mud is KO'd. So he wanted to leave the troll off the line, presumably to keep him mobile. But being 1 space back meant that a successful block and a follow-up would have locked him down anyway. I would have kept Rockjaw back at least 2 spaces. So now Lockjaw is, or I'm sorry, Rockjaw. Lockjaw is a He-Man character. Rockjaw is locked down. No, that's Trapjaw. Trapjaw's the He-Man character. Two-dive block in the right wide zone. This will be a good knockdown. Tracksuit Mafia taking the blocks. Playing Chaos the way Chaos plays. Moves the blitzer back towards center pitch. Now he goes to pick up the ball. Good pickup. Looking to set up a faux cage around the 8-yard line, his own 8-yard line. Deciding what he wants to do with these final two players over in the left wide zone. He's going to pull one back. We'll see if he wants to give up all this pitch or not. Probably doesn't have to. Could even spread out this Chaos Warrior a little bit if he wants. He says, you know what? Forget that. I'm going to mark both of these players. What are they going to do? Block me? Probably. Like he says, Merrick loves a good cage. He does. I'm surprised he didn't pull more people back. I'm glad he didn't. He didn't need to pull more people back. I think this is perfectly adequate. Artificial Bunny trying to decide what to do with his defense while he still has team cohesion. When we talk about team cohesion, that means keeping your players together in a solid group or in a observable group, right? By doing that, you're able to switch players around to where they need to be. You're able to give yourself movement options by having those friendly players around that prevents other players from getting in there and getting in between your players. So it gives you movement options, it gives you positioning options, it gives you formation options. And options are the name of the game. Two-die block gets a push on the number 4 Chaos Warrior, Bro Red October. Cliffy says, I thought Blood Bowl was the name of the game. Am I in the wrong stream again? Options, that's the name of this game. Artificial Bunny shifting players to the right. Needs to be careful here. He has a strong line on the right. He wants to set up this two-die block against the Chaos Warrior, Bro Dimitri. Needs to be careful about this left wide zone, though. He has movement left with the escape and thrower. Is he going to shift him back to the left? Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good play. Set up for the two-die blitz, and then he shifts that escape and thrower back to the left. He doesn't want to give up this wide zone. If he gives up this wide zone, Tracksuit Mafia is just going to march down here. They would have murdered that Chaos Warrior and marched down here. One Goblin dodges away. This Chaos Warrior is now going to get a two-die block against this lineman. Otherwise, he would have got the two-die block on the Goblin. Takes two-die block, clean hit on the number 6 lineman, Chauvel. Yeah. GW has their hands in lots of things. Good block. The left wide zone wide open now. Oh, wow. Gets a stun as well. So it'll be open for a turn. You can bet he'll be looking to set up a standard cage over here in the left wide zone. That's exactly what he's going to do. See if he moves this Beastman over to this corner or not. Oh, is he going to GFI? Is he going to GFI? Oh, wow. GFI to get that Beastman on the corner of the cage. Three die block on the number 12 Goblin. Squibbit. Good hit. Clive says, why would you GFI for that? I don't know. There's the blitz on the Goblin. 3 die blitz, another clean hit. Looking to take Gravel off the pitch. Did he follow up? I don't think so. Advancing his line forward. It's going to mark more players. Wow. Wow. Super aggressive offense. 2-die block on the Troll. This works as well. Moves the Minotaur forward. Turn 10 back to a minor matter. Stand-up blitz by the Troll is going to result in a push. He's not going to follow up. He's going to try to keep this Troll free to make some movements in a later turn. Moves the number 4 Skaven Thrower over to the left wide zone to play some defense in front of this cage. Oh, wow. Takes the 1-die block. Didn't have the block skill. That was scary. He can't go toe-to-toe with his team. Yeah, good dodge out by the number 9 Goblin Shale. Where's he going to move him? He'll move him 1 space back. Just leaving a gap right here. Wow. Took another 1-die block. Had to spend the TRR this time. Got the POW. Looking to make use of Claw and that Chaos Warrior. Oh, that's not the player with Claw. Tried to dodge, failed to dodge, doesn't have the reroll. That will be the end of the turn. Turn 11 for Tracksuit Mafia. They're looking pretty good. Blitz on a Skaven Thrower, I think. We'll see what he wants to do. Merrick, considering his options, he might want to try shifting back. He might be thinking about trying to shift back to mid-pitch. I don't think he needs to. Often, we just talked about options, and we talk about this a lot as well, but if you set up a cage in a wide zone, you end up limiting your options. For instance, if you set up in the left wide zone here, you can't move left anymore. There's nowhere else to go. So he might be thinking about going back to mid-pitch. It looks like that's exactly what he wants to do with that gap that was left open that we just talked about. This gives him more movement options. He can still take this blitz on this thrower if he wants. But in this case, if he wanted to set up in the left wide zone, I think he was in pretty good shape to do so. He could have shifted the line around. You see Clypheus do this a lot. You could see or he was in a really good spot to just shift this line around this way and protect the cage. And I really don't think there would have been anything Artificial Bunny could have done to stop it. Exactly, yeah. Clivey says he can probably just ignore the entire right side of the pitch now and just move past all of them. He could have done that easily, in my opinion. Oh no, double skulls. Had to spend the TRR. This will work out. Has to be a little careful here now. Doesn't really have anything left to do, but he doesn't have his TRR left. You can see that full 5-man cage over on the 12-yard line. Failed the wild animal roll. It's a 50-50 if you're not taking a block or a blitz. 3 players left to move. He wants to move all of them. He has less than 10 seconds to do it. Yeah, good mark. Good stand up at number 5. He wants to move this Chaos Warrior if he can do it. Yeah. I would move the Chaos Warrior over here. But fair enough. Turn 11. Clappy says, I think that's called a fireball cage, yes? Oh, if there was a wizard. A minor matter shifts 2 Skaven players back to try to play some semblance of defense in front of this nigh impenetrable cage from Tracksuit Mafia. Oh, to have a player with leap. Oh, he's gonna throw a goblin. There's no way he was gonna stick that landing. Tried to throw the goblin. Good touch for an uphill block. 3-die uphill block. He spends a TRR. He's gonna get knocked out for his trouble. Oh no, a minor matter getting desperate. Tried to throw the goblin into the cage, it didn't work. The pass was inaccurate. Goblin fell down, went for the 3-die block. Clive says, can you throw a goblin at a player? You cannot. 2-die block behind the cage. Tracksuit Mafia now is just gonna take some hits. Oh no, had to spend TRR. So now this will work out. It doesn't have the team reroll left on the turn. So now he needs to think about moving the ball before he continues to take blocks. It's got a hole right here. You can move this whole cage down to the 22-yard line. Oh, he's going to take the blitz first. 2-die blitz. Woof. Gets a push out of it. He's not going to follow up. He will follow up. Wow. Wow. All right, so Bro Nikolai is not going to be part of this cage. Looks like he's going to set up on the 20-yard line instead of the 22. That's perfectly fine. Bro Vincent will make up the back left corner of the almost the back left corner of the cage. That's totally fine positioning. Another wild animal failure. Cleffy says, no, all corners must be covered. He needs to be careful of the blitz here to the cheeky dodge in to just make dice roll. Merrick doesn't care too much. He sells 2 TRRs, but what else do you do as a minor matter? Like, I imagine this would be the blitz target right here. Troll moves forward. Oh no, he looked like he was trying to throw another goblin, but instead he's going to eat him. Chomped on the goblin, but the goblin was saved, fell out of his hand. Landed on his feet. Failed dodge by the thrower. That will be it for a minor matter. Fourth quarter begins. Tracksuit Mafia in great shape. The troll is always hungry. He has to roll a d6 before throwing the goblin. On a 1, he decides to eat the goblin instead, but the goblin has an opportunity to save himself. Basically, the troll has to roll snake eyes. He has to roll a 1 and then a 1 again, and then he eats the goblin. If he doesn't roll that second one, then he drops the goblin, and the goblin has to make a landing roll. So in this case, he tried to throw him, decided to eat him, failed to eat him. The goblin landed on his feet. Two-die block is going to result in a push. Tracksuit Mafia doesn't need to stall, but he certainly can stall, and if he can, why not? A cage and a little bit more. Three-die block. The Minotaur against the Goblin. Nothing's gonna work. Wow, he wanted to re-roll it. He spent a TRR, failed the loner roll. Why? Why would you spend the TRR? Frenzy follow-up, especially when you have Frenzy. I don't know what happened there. But the little goblin that could, he's going to stay on his feet. Three-die Frenzy block, decided to spend the TRR, failed it due to loner. Loner means when you try to use a team reroll, you have to roll a d6 first. On a 4+, not only do you not get to use the reroll gets spent anyway. Double pals now on the two-die block against the number 7 Skaven line. You pick the second. Did you see him just staring up at those cleats? He knew it was coming. Turn 13 to a minor matter. Not much to be done here, other than what do you do? It's the first game of a new competition. You have plenty of games left in this competition, plenty of games in the season. Do you save your team? Do you try to injure Tracksuit? Wow, gonna throw another goblin. Failed the throw. Goblin landed on his feet. Trying to go after that ball. I commend him for trying to stop this score. He's down a number of players at this point. Probably wants to start thinking about the competition rather than the game, but I commend him for going after that ball. Has a blitzer that is prone at the moment. I don't know if he sees it. I don't know if he's fine with that blitzer staying on the ground. No TRRs left for a minor matter. One team reroll left for Tracksuit Mafia. "20 seconds left to play here for a minor matter. He's going for the blitz. He's getting in there. One die blitz gets a pow on the Chaos Warrior. Can he get a 10 plus on the armor roll? He cannot. Moves the final Skaven down back behind the cage. Turn 14 for Tracksuit Mafia. I would 1,000,000% foul this thrower. That is what I would do at this point. 3-die block on the Goblin, who will not go down. Gets a 2-die block this time. Man, that's the power of the dodge skill. 4 blocks in a row, 3 of which were triple dice, and Squibbit will not fall down. He will not relent. 2-die block on the Skaven thrower. He's got to take a push on this. I would blitz. I would blitz, and then I would foul, and then you can shore up your cage. Nope, instead he's going to blitz back behind the cage. Going after the Goblin. Only gets a push. Can't take these Goblins out. Couple more blocks to take here. 2-die block gets the POW on the number 5 thrower. Not a high AV. And just like that, Steam Shovel is injured. Oh, and he has a fractured arm. He will be out next game. The Apothecary gets spent. Can he save him? He cannot. Fire that Apothecary. I think that's the 5th player out. 5th player out of the game. Double skulls. Can't re-roll this one. He's got to hope that Chauvel. Oh, this is Tracksuit Mafia. When did that happen? I need to pay more attention. Tracksuit Mafia spends his final TRR. Gets a push out of it. Clivey says the other Oppo roll was death. That's rough. That's a terrible doctor. Tracksuit Mafia is going to shift this cage over to the right wide zone. It's going to hang out on the 22-yard line. You sure that doctor's accredited? I tried to fix his broken arm, but your choices are to keep the arm broken or die. Turn 14 for a minor matter. Man, I applaud him staying in the game, but at this point I think he needs to save his team. I think he needs to not give up these blocks and just try to save who he has left and try to play for the future of the competition. Rockjaw is going to fail his really stupid roll. He's going to stay put. He's got a couple of easy dodges with the two goblins over here, if he wants to take them. He's going to blitz. Blitzing with the thrower. Gets a push out of it and gets a tackle zone on the ball carrier. He is going to play until his last man. I respect it. Yeah, good dodge by the one goblin. That's two tackle zones on the ball carrier now. And there's that second dodge. Stunty plus dodge is a good combination for movement. Oh, is he going to try to set up a block on the Chaos Warrior here? Number 5? He couldn't. He wouldn't. He would. Takes the one die block, gets a skull, gets stunned for his trouble. Two turns left in this ball game. Turn 15 for Tracksuit Mafia. You can bet somebody's getting blocked down here. Goblin's going down, and probably the thrower as well. And the cage will stay put, or you can just score. I mean, it's turn 15. You can get rid of both these players with 2 dice. Looks like he might go after the thrower first. 2 die block. Good hit. He's got another 2 die block coming here. 2 die block. Oh no! Double skulls! Uh-oh! He doesn't have any rerolls left. Oh, I would have loved that if that goblin took out a Chaos Warrior. Turn 15, back to a minor matter now. There's a whole bunch of goblins harassing this ball carrier. Cliffy says, man, I was hoping for an injury there. Me too. No rerolls left for either team. 1 turn left for Tracksuit Mafia, 2 for a minor matter. Just thinking about what he wants to do here. He might be trying to look for a way to get the blitz on the Beastman. He can do it fairly easily. He can get a goblin over here. He can dodge this goblin out fairly easily to get the 1 die blitz on the Beastman. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Oh, he's not. He's going to blitz the number 6 Beastman instead. Follows up, takes the Beastman's place in the cage. Oh wow, is he gonna try the block on the ball carrier? That's a 1 die block. No. Yes. It's a 1 die block on the ball carrier. Oh no, but he failed a dodge and got stunned for his trouble. Final turn of the game, turn 16, Tracksuit Mafia. They're looking to score here. They'll stand up, they'll take a block here. And probably a blitz here. No, they can take a block here, they can take a block here, they can take a blitz here, and then they can score. Merrick looking for a way to make it work. He's got the players. He's got all the pieces on the table. Clefty says there's really no way they can avoid a ton of blocks. I think the dodge might actually be the odds for scoring. Yeah, so it's going to depend on what he wants to do. If he's going for the score, like he wants to get the 3 SPP on the ball carrier, perhaps I would still take the blocks on these two guys and then just go for it here. I would probably take these 2 blocks and then dodge out this way to score. But otherwise, if he's just looking to put on the hurt, he's got the game in the bag. But he does need to be thinking about the SPP. That's what he needs to do with this team. Takes a second block, gets a push. He's going to take the blitz to score. Is that the plan here? Yes, indeed. 2-die blitz gets the POW. I think that's exactly what he wanted. He wants to try to get the extra 2 SPP here. Didn't get it, but he'll get the 3. Well done. 2-0. A minor matter. Will not be coming back, but they will have at least 1 turn left. Clefty says nice score. Nice score indeed. Merrick has had a very solid ball game. He's played very well here. 4 dead and injured. And the knockout player does not come back onto the pitch. Artificial Bunny is going to get at least 1 more turn. If there's a riot, he'll get 2. Very nice score indeed. Thank you for the bits. Tracksuit Mafia pulling everybody off. I don't think he needs to do this. Like, he's trying to save players. I think he can save them if he puts them on the line instead. He's got the strength advantage. If he puts them on the line, I think everybody stays safe. Otherwise, he's allowing these assists to come in on these Chaos Warriors. Clefty says time for the GG foul. I always appreciate a good GG foul. So a minor matter, I would take these blocks. I would totally take these blocks. So 1 player here, you'll get 2 players here. And then you get the 2-die block on both of these. Oh, he might not have the players to do it. Yeah, he can do it. Yeah, it looks like that's exact. Well, maybe not. So he's grouping them up. So maybe he's not going to do that? This puts the player in danger of the Minotaur, so he's going to have to block that Minotaur down first if he wants that to work out. Here's the kick. Both teams get an extra TRR. A minor matter. Will greatly appreciate that. Probably not going to try to go for the pass. Probably go for the hits instead. There's the 1 assist. There's the second. So here's the 2-die block on the number 3 Chaos Warrior. That'll work. Well done. Doesn't get anything out of it, though. Oh, man, he didn't have the Skaven for it. Oh, yeah, he did have the Skaven for it. Here was the other Skaven. Takes the block on the mids. Oh, what? Final turn of the game. Takes the 2-die block on the Minotaur, and Bro Ivan is dead. Wow. What a parting gift by Artificial Bunny in a minor matter. He says, GG's, your Minotaur's dead. Good pickup. Now he can go for the pass to get a little bit of SPP here. So it's a bit of a long pass here. He's got that extra TRR that he picked up on the kickoff event. And that worked out. Good job picking up the SPP there. Wow! Wow! Still has a foul to take too. Take that foul. Take out another player. Yeah, do it! GG's! Only gets a stun, gets called off for it. And that'll be the game. 2-0. Tracksuit Mafia is going to come out on top. I want to see that again. Thank you for the bits. Look at that murder. Murder. Tracksuit Mafia. 2-0. They will have their first win of the Spike Magazine Trophy. This is competition number 2. All the teams are looking to win one of these 3 open competitions to advance to the big show, the Blood Bowl, the Invitational, all the marbles. Take a look at the SPP here. Oi. What do we have here? 6 and 6 is 12. That's 19 SPP for Tracksuit Mafia. Not a bad haul. But look at a minor matter here. 10 is not so bad at all. You have 5 for the MVP and a nice spread here of SPP for a minor matter. Terrawin to you says GG's. Yeah, that was a good game. Let's take a look at the schedule here for the rest of week 1 before we leave. Next up will be tomorrow night. Erectile Dysfunction, Nick Satan, League Champion versus El Nubarino, Pips Pippy Fan Club. That is Lizard versus Lizard. That is bound to be a grimy game. That will be tomorrow, Monday, April 18th at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that will be followed on Tuesday by Genus Chaos. That is War Horseman versus Play It by Nuffle, Clypheus, the reigning Chaos Cup champion. That will be on Tuesday, April 19th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You'll be able to catch the schedules here on Twitch and also over on our Twitter and Facebook accounts. You'll see the account information right there on your screen. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Play Blood Bowl. It's a fantastic game. This is competition number 2. Anybody can join these competitions. They're open competitions. If you want to join us for competition number 3 this season, feel free to head on over to our Discord, drop us a line, or on Twitter or on our Facebook account, and we'll get you signed up, and you can play along with us. It's a fantastic game, and I hope we'll see you here tomorrow for some more of it. We've got at least 5 weeks of competition here in the Spike Magazine Trophy. So I look forward to it, and I hope you do as well. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.